Hello, 5 viewers. Let me go ahead and
What?
bring it on over. I know, we have 5 whole
That's
viewers.
the most we've had.
It dropped. No, I'm kidding. Welcome. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons Valkyrie, where complete strangers who met on Reddit actually become the bestest of friends while playing Dungeons and Dragons live for you every Monday night at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am the creator of this channel here on Twitch, which is www.twitch.tv/TheMajesticGamin, Gamin, no G, as well as The Majestic on YouTube, which you can find in the link below here on Twitch, or just by searching The Majestic, all one word, and it is the very first channel that will result. Today I am joined by the same incredible group as last week. I will go through and just one by one have them introduce themselves as well as the character that they are playing, starting with Rachel. Go ahead and say hello, Rachel.
Hello, I'm Rachel. Just a reminder for everybody, please turn Audacity on.
Ah!
I almost forgot.
I did too.
I almost forgot that.
Boom.
But I'm Rachel. I play our half-elven rogue, Mira Helder.
Very, very nice. Courtney, go ahead and say hello in a few words.
I'm Courtney. I'm going to be playing Delilah, the cleric tonight.
Very, very nice. And Brandon.
Hello, I'm Brandon. I play Jax, the Dragonborn Paladin.
Perfect. We are waiting on just one more player from last week who should be in momentarily, Justin, who will be playing Zashmar. But for now, we're just going to go over what happened last week because it was quite an eventful evening for sure. The group, after multiple weeks, but in character time, many, many days of traveling through the Underdark after being trapped by the Drow priestess Ilvara and her minions and Drow fighters, were able to escape, of course, but after a long time traveling in the Underdark, they came to the town of Sloobludop, the home of the Kuotoan enlightened one, Shushar the Awakened, who was a fellow companion and traveler of theirs. Once they got to Sloobludop, though, they quickly found that there was a big sort of religious tug of war between the followers of the old god, the Sea Mother, and the new god, the Deep Father, who they also called Limugugun. Upon closer inspection of the church, when they were concocting a plan with Bluplipod, nope, that was the other one. No, I think it was Bluplipod. No, that was the daughter. Pluplopine. Pluplopine, yes. They concocted a plan with Pluplopine to infiltrate the Limugugun followers and act as bait, sort of, because the followers of these Deep Father / Limugugun would often use sacrifices in order to appease their god. In an unexpected battle, though, between Pluplopine and Bluplipod, Bluplipod had fallen, who was Pluplopine's daughter, but not before Limugugun was summoned. And the party witnessed as the Deep Father rose from the Darklake and wreaked havoc all across Sloobludop. In sort of a perilous situation, they were still able to concoct a plan and continue on foot as opposed to by sea on their journey now to Neverlight Grove, where they're going to go to try and help out one of their other companions, Stool, as well as Sareth has his own reasons for wanting to travel. And there he is. Hello, Justin. We just went over all the backstory, but go ahead and say hello in your character.
Hi, I am Zashmar Efreet. I am a Warlock Fire Genasi.
Perfect.
So
And
everything set up.
and as well as be sure to check out Justin's channel, Zero Score, on YouTube, as well as your own whatever else you'd like to drop, Justin.
Check out chartshot.com, where we have multiple podcasts as well as other video features and things like that of all types of media stuff. I personally do a mostly gaming or mostly movie and TV show podcast every week that I host.
Perfect. So, we join back in again after having escaped the Deep Father, once again on foot traveling through the caverns, and slowly the adrenaline, the push, the run from running from the Deep Father and trying to escape your best out of Sloobludop, you guys slowly feel as the adrenaline wears off. You guys slowly feel as your quick, hurried pace slowly begins to stagger, slowly begins to come to a halt at the point where you guys decide to make camp, again unknowing what time of day it is down in the Underdark, just knowing that it is probably quite late, and the only reason why you guys were able to stay up so long was because of all the excitement in the air around you. You guys rest. Sareth Kazer goes ahead and starts up a fire for you. And, yeah, while you guys decide what you're going to do, I'm just going to paint a little picture, quite literally, of the scene around us.
We also probably didn't sleep because we're afraid to.
That too, probably. Oh, no. I did not want that, actually. Alright. So what's everyone doing?
We should probably take account of who actually made it out.
That's probably a good idea.
As you look around, you do see the normal followers that you had with you.
Except for Shushar.
Except for Shushar, yeah. Shushar seems to be the only one that's missing, as well as a rather unfamiliar face, but you do recognize him. It is Hemeth, who actually I don't think you guys actually quite got the name of.
No, we didn't meet him. He was just getting pushed along with us to be Eldritch horror food.
First off, I love that analogy. But yeah, he was just sort of thrust upon you by the gods. Alright, yeah, so you notice him, the rather unfamiliar face in the group. Is there anything you'd like to say to him, or? Mira?
That's the little dwarf guy. Okay.
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry. I was looking at the message Courtney
No
made in the
problem.
Discord.
Is there anything that you would like to say to him?
No, I just know he's there, and I'm tired.
Okay, you're just tired. Are you just gonna head to bed then?
Yeah, I'll probably head to bed off in the corner so no one can touch me.
Okay. How about Delilah? Is she just gonna head to bed as well?
Yeah, definitely gonna go on with this.
Just gonna head to bed. How about Zash?
Bed.
Bed? And Jax?
I want to ask this dude how he got there.
Okay. You, walk up to the dwarf, and as you do, you know some dwarves, but this one, as you approach him, he becomes almost startled by your approach. You walk up to him, and your dragonborn figure is enough to scare most people, but you often find that, you know, dwarves being among some of the hardier groups, they don't really get startled by your appearance. You come up to him, and he's just startled that really anyone approached him and sort of caught him off guard, because as he watches Zash try and light the fire, he begins to daze off a little bit. He begins to let his mind and imagination run wild, and you're approaching out of the darkness into the shining light of the bonfire just gives him a rather good scare. And he goes, "Oh, sorry. I didn't quite mean to react like that.
Didn't mean to scare you. Just wondering how you wound up in Sloobludop in that situation with us.
Well, I don't want to say I'm proud of it, but just like anyone else, I was just taken captive by them when they decided, I guess, that I'd be a good blood source for their, what I thought was a wild, crazy, delusion. Boy, was I wrong.
And where are you heading now?
I don't quite know. I mean, my best bet would probably be Gragglestool, but if it would be alright, I'd like to not be on my own for at least a little while. It was, after all, on my own that I was picked up, even though I've had many, many years of being a merchant and traveling through these caverns. I didn't quite expect them to be the hostile sort. And nowadays, I don't know who might turn for evil.
You're a merchant.
I am.
Do you have anything interesting on you right now?
I wish I did. But a few pieces of copper that I was able to keep on my person, everything else had been taken off me. All my items, all my wares, and unfortunately much of the livelihood that I usually make. I don't know how I'm gonna make back my fortunes now, even though they weren't very fortuitous in the first place.
Is it safe to assume, like, he may not have eaten in a little bit, or...
From his appearance, he looks... Yeah, it not only is it safe to assume that, he looks, like, dirty, like, just has this natural... He doesn't necessarily smell as bad as you'd think, particularly because, well, you'd expect someone to be handcuffed so close to the shrine where they dumped a bunch of fish guts. You'd expect him to be a good bit more rank, but he is maybe it's just that you had such a strong smell from the spell that you casted, or maybe it's just because you guys are so in range of still the city of Sloobludop and the Underdark, which has its own sort of odors that come up from it, which overmask any other fishy stenches. You can tell only really by his appearance that he's been in rough, filthy conditions. He's probably you can still see the marks on his wrists from where he was chained, and you can probably fairly well assume that he has not been treated under the best conditions. He's probably been deprived of a lot of things, not just food, but yeah.
Okay. I gave him one of my dry rations and one of the water orbs that I still have on me.
Okay, dry ration and water orb. Oh, thank you so much. I would definitely repay you, but I'm afraid that would have to come at a later date.
Not necessary. And you're welcome to join us as far as you need to go. And I go and I lay down.
You go lay down. Alright, are you going to try and rest?
Yeah.
Okay. And everyone at this point is resting?
Yes.
I want everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
12.
12. 9?
22.
21.
22. 21.
8.
There's always one.
Who said that?
Courtney.
Courtney. Hi, Courtney.
Oh no.
Well, first off, let's start out with Brandon.
Yes.
Meow.
So moody.
Brandon, your dream starts out with again remembering the area that you were in earlier today that just caused such drastic, overwhelming senses to overpower your nose, just to casting that spell and smelling up that wretched, that foul, death, decay, rotting smell that overpowered you, and you smell it, and then all of a sudden you don't smell it anymore. It's not quite like the smell itself vanishes, but like you don't have the ability to smell. You can't smell, you can't taste anything in your mouth. You just, the sense is gone. But then all of a sudden you regain it, but it's no longer the death and decay, but instead flowers, roses, and you look around and you're in a field, a pleasant valley, just surrounded by all sorts of flowers and beautiful rays of sunshine as the clouds slowly pass overhead that look like cotton fluff balls in the air. It is one of the most pleasant dreams you have had in a very long time. And you feel very, very connected to your deity as well, to the Lord of the Light in that dream. For the day, you are very well rested. Which means that you don't need to use up as much rations as normally you would. And you can just continue marching on. Now, what was I looking for? It was something important. Ah, that's what it was. Okay. Since this is something interesting, I'm going to go ahead and make this roll in real world. Okay. Okay. So, Delilah, you I want you to go ahead and roll a D10 and a D100. If you could. And when you add the two numbers together, what do you get? Okay.
Oh. Zero.
That's good.
0?
I got a double zero.
Double 0 is 100.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got 103.
Wait. 103?
When I added them together.
Okay, no, gotcha. Okay, I thought you meant like... Never mind.
Okay.
3. Okay. Something you've heard about before. In the middle of your dream, it's not quite clear. In fact, all you remember is just terrible senses of fear, terrible senses of danger, of evil, and with your own divine forces that push you through this world, you feel abandoned from all of them. But that's all that you remember as you scream, waking up from your sleep, shrieking as loud as you possibly can, terrified. You've had one of the worst nightmares of your life, but once your eyes open and you come up to scream, you can't remember it. It was just a terrible, terrible feeling of being abandoned from the Church of from the Valkyrie, from any divine powers that are of any good. And as you scream, in fact, also I want everyone to make a perception check. But when you scream coming up, you're trapped there.
21.
11.
10.
Okay. Zashmar hears the scream and quickly jumps up as startled by the high-pitched tone, looking over and seeing just with her wings sort of just like up above her head, but still to the side, and just her form sitting there, staring at the wall with a terrified look on her face. You are absolutely stunned. Delilah is.
So she's not moving or anything?
No.
Okay. Zash wakes up Jax to see if he can, because he has more healing ability. To see if he has any idea what's wrong.
Okay. You go over to Jax, and as you do, you notice that Sereth Kazera is still awake, staring at the fire. He's not drawn any attention to he has not paid any attention to Delilah, and he's just angrily mumbling at the bonfire in front of him. And you go over to Jax and wake him up.
And I can't understand what Sereth is saying.
It's a very small mumble. You can try and make a perception check, but it seems mostly to be like, God damn it, who do they think they are? Just fuck. Just sort of like
16. Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
You hear a few swears. You hear like they a couple of times, and that's about it. They, them, multiple. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, he wakes up Jax and says, "Hey, our angel friend over here is something's wrong. I don't know. You probably know better than I do." And sends Jax over, and then goes over with him, but kind of keeps one eye on Sereth.
Okay.
Because he has a hunch.
Alright. I get up, walk over to Delilah. Would I be able to recognize this as what happened to me when I was paralyzed? Because I knew that I was paralyzed.
Yeah, I'd say you would, and it is what happened to you. It seems. She's trapped within her own body, and she just cannot move.
Okay, so I turn to Zash, and I say, I believe this is what happened to me the night that I woke up from that dream and was paralyzed, and I awoke you and told you, maybe if we just wait a bit, she'll be able to move again. I'm not sure. I know I was paralyzed for a little bit.
Well, how did you get out of it?
I just waited. I couldn't do anything.
Okay. Part of me wants to... I hesitate. Part of me wants to use Charm Person on Sereth. But I know it doesn't make him honest. Like, I kind of just want information out of him, but we don't really have a way to, like, make him say anything.
No.
And he does have advantage on saving throws against being charmed as well as an elf. Just a heads up.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Okay. Then I'm just going to go over to Sereth and try to get his attention.
Okay. Just fucking. Who do they think they possibly are? I can't believe it. He's still staring into the fire, still mumbling.
And Zash like snaps in front of his face, like sparks light up each time.
What? What is it you want?
You okay, man?
Yeah.
And he kind of glances back to see if Delilah wakes up.
Yeah. I'm as good as I'll ever be.
What's that supposed to mean?
What do you think? What does it mean? I've been betrayed by all my people. I've been running for my life from demons, from god demons, from all sorts of creatures, from my own people still. I don't care what
I'll tell you, I
think
know a
it
thing or
means.
two about being betrayed by your own people. And it sucks, don't get me wrong, but you gotta move on.
How can I? I don't have anywhere to move to. Right now I'm just going with you guys to the next place. Then what after that? We just move on to another place down here. Continue
Stay with
moving
us.
on.
We're your people now.
I guess.
It's not so bad, right?
No.
Kinda gives him a
No,
smile.
it's not. My god, how long have I been sitting here staring at this fire?
I have no idea.
Is
I
everyone
just woke up
asleep?
because Wings over there was having a weird dream. You've
Oh.
been here the whole time I've been awake.
Oh dear. Is she okay?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I thought you might know something since you've been awake.
To be honest, I didn't really even notice anything. Maybe, I have seen this before, and we have he goes over and inspects. This is what happened to you, correct, Jax?
It is.
How did you get out of it?
I didn't do anything. I just waited till I could move again.
Maybe time is all that she needs. Right.
At this point, touching her is probably worse. I don't know, single situation, we're just waiting it out is the best solution, but I definitely don't want to make it worse. That's why I didn't wake up Princess.
Yeah.
Because she can't touch her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. You are not wrong. Okay. I too vote then that we give her a little bit of space, make sure she has air, and hope that she comes out of it soon. At this point, Jax notices that when he says give her some air, you instinctually take like a little bit of a deep breath just to catch your own air, and the air once again smells foul and putrid, and it's just all the excitement that happened from waking up from your sleep sort of just fades. And don't get me wrong, DM to player, you still have you're still well rested for the day, but that feeling just fades as quickly as it came, and you once again smell the foul odor. But interestingly enough, it smells like there's just this whirlwind, just this wave constantly pushing down this tunnel, but from where you guys came. And down at the end, like you can just, it's like this heat wave just pushing down it, and you can tell that the air is pushing in from your left. That is just rank. And that is where you guys came from.
I relay this to Zash and let him know that I have a strong feeling that we should definitely move.
Yeah, it sounds like whatever's been following us is still on our trail. And I don't think it's human, so to speak.
Right.
Alright. Well, are we rested? Like, are we ready to go, or do we need to go back to bed?
I'm good, but I don't know about everybody else.
I am not sure how long I was sitting there, but I know that it could not have been 8 hours. We should probably let everyone else get a bit more rest. I'll do some meditation, and we will head on our way then.
I'll sit up and keep watch and sit near Delilah so that
Okay.
I'm there when she wakes up.
Okay.
Or if she wakes up.
As Sereth goes over to sit down and meditate, rather close to stool, does Ashmar go to sleep as well?
Yeah, he's gonna take a second as Sereth is walking away and say, "Hey, I know you've been through a lot, but try to stick with us. You're one of the only people in this group I actually like." And then walks off,
Oh,
having a moment of vulnerability.
yeah. You see a little, not necessarily smile, but just sort of like a weight come off of his face as the muscles that were sort of tensed that made his face into a frown just get uplifted a bit. And you go and sleep. Naturally, you feel most comfortable rather close to the bonfire that is burning, giving off heat and warmth, and it is within moments then of everyone breaking and going their separate ways that Delilah is once again able to move freely and speak.
But she doesn't.
She's sort of just staring, a bit bewildered, looking around, getting her bearings. And there, Delilah, you see Jack standing near you. You sort of saw like faint blurs of things moving across you, but you were so focused on your own inability to have control over your body, let alone just the constant rush of thoughts that were running through your head at the time, that you didn't quite make out who everybody was. But now you can see Jack's up to your right.
How long was she paralyzed for, at least to my knowledge?
To your knowledge, about 5 minutes something.
Okay. You were paralyzed for like 5 minutes or more. You don't know what to say? This is your first real moment to roleplay.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure. No pressure.
Not much of a talker, I see. Did you have a weird dream before you awoke paralyzed?
I had a terrifying nightmare. And I can't remember any part of my dream, right?
Correct. You
So, like, I
woke
can't
up and it was just gone.
We've all experienced strange dreams since being down here. I had a similar experience to yours where I had a terrifying dream and woke up completely paralyzed. We aren't sure exactly what's causing it, but I have a feeling it has something to do with the demon that was attacking town back there.
Well, I'm hoping it doesn't happen again because that was terrifying.
Would she be well rested, or does she still need to sleep?
She still needs to sleep.
Okay. Well, everyone's trying to get a couple more hours of rest. If you would like to sleep, I'm going to stay up and keep watch.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and get a couple more hours of rest from that.
All right. do us a favor. Both Delilah and Zash, go ahead and roll another wisdom save.
Lovely. Yes. 10.
That's good. Well, I mean, it's not
Something to be
bad.
excited about.
No.
23.
23. Very nice.
I have advantage in wisdom saving throws. I didn't know that when we were in the Underdark.
No, he has advantage, so he gets to roll twice.
It must
No, like,
be...
I have proficiency, I guess, in wisdom saving throws.
Oh,
Yeah, I have a +6.
It must be then the proximity to the bonfire, just the burning embers, the warmth coming from it, Zash, the nice glow that lights up your eyelids and gives you wondrous, wondrous dreams of what other people would consider horrifying nightmares with just fire all around them. You feel so comfortable and at home. You are also well rested. Yes, powerful. So again, you don't need as much rations for the day. You could even go the whole day without even needing to eat. But
He just feels refreshed because he was just
yeah.
about worried that Sereth was betraying them. And then when he found out that he wasn't, he's just like, okay, this is good. I'm happy now.
And the good news is that nothing else eventful happens to Delilah. She sleeps, she possibly dreams, but once again in the morning she has no memory of what her dreams were. She does not wake up in the middle of the night screaming. And everybody is once again rested and ready to travel once more.
I am on day 2 of Contagion.
It's more so like in the evening you will get another day full. Yeah, sorry. It was sort of like, well, yeah, no, you guys were only in town for like an hour, and then you guys went running. You guys got there at about 7, at about 8 o'clock maybe. They tried doing that thing, then you guys tried running, yeah. So you got the Contagion maybe at about 6 o'clock. We'll say 5 just to be fair. So like middle of the afternoon. And yeah, everybody once again is ready to travel along the road. As you guys do, you guys come to a little, you guys once again travel along your way and come to a little fork in the road. One of them going slightly to the left, one of them going slightly to the right, and it's just sort of a mystery to Stool as he stands there staring at the two paths. I am Stool, he says, and he just takes up his barky hand with twiggy fingers and just sort of scratches the top of his head. Very animatedly confused. I'm Stool. Oh, what is it now, you dumb tree? Says Sereth as he comes up to Stool. I'm Stool. Yes, well, I don't understand what I am Stool means. As cloud spores once again fill the air. In that area. So Topsy-Turvy, Delilah, Zash, Mira, and Sereth are all able to be there during this little conversation. I'm not quite sure where this separation in the road came from.
Do you think there was a cave-in?
It might be, but I always remembered a singular path.
Which way did
Here.
it go?
Well, straight. And now... Huh. Do any of you have an idea? Well, yes, I've been wanting to go to Neverlake Grove, but I have no clue as to the way to get there, says Zareth.
We could always send a scout for each tunnel. Go a ways and see if Stool recognizes anything.
But what if there's a separate challenge down each way? Then we have a bit of a problem there, don't we?
Well, it's either we all go down one and risk not being able to go the way we want to go, or go down one, check it out, go down the other, check it out, and then look, but that may take more time.
I will leave it up to you guys to make the final decision, but I vote we have someone who feels confident about one direction to pick that road.
How much separation is there between each side of the path?
You're not quite sure. It continues to get darker and darker down the one on the left, and it glows a little bit more down the one on the right. But you can just tell that they sort of just veer off at sort of like a 30-degree angle kind of thing, where they just continue to go.
Okay. Because I have kind of a stupid plan, but it is a plan. I can cast Unseen Servant, which basically creates like a shapeless force within 60 feet of me.
Okay.
So if we all go down one path, I could send the Unseen Servant down the other path until we get 60 feet apart from each other. And I can essentially know like what the servant's doing in the other path. Because it's a mental connection.
That, I would say, because of the way that moves and how big the tunnels are... Sorry, hiccup. Naturally, I would say 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 60. So you guys can get like another 20 feet down and then have connection problems, as it were. But if you were to have him traveling in front of you, that might be a little bit better for some things, but maybe not as good for others. Maybe based on things that attack on sight, or things that are affected by weight pressure, or things like that.
Well, he doesn't have a weight.
Exactly. So like putting the servant in front of you wouldn't necessarily activate any of the traps that are based on weight.
Right.
Yeah.
It was more like having him go down a different passage than us, so we can keep track of both of them.
Gotcha. Again, you'll get about another 20 feet down the fork in the road before it starts getting 60 feet apart, even with both of you traveling along the edge.
Okay.
Well, here's
Maybe
a
30 or
question
40.
for Stool. The original path, was there a glow to it, or did it stay dark?
I'm not sure. I usually have spores in the first place that help me see down here. Though the light might help some, it's not always good. If there is light down here, then that means that there might be powerful sources of magic. But it could also be fungus.
Sounds like we just risk it. Should we flip a coin?
I don't have a coin. I
Looks to Mira.
Don't look at me.
I'm sure you've got a two-headed coin in there some way to get your way.
That I actually don't have.
Only rigged dice.
But he doesn't know that.
I know they're rigged. I figured it out.
Do us a favor, real quick. Let's just
make a roll on it.
yeah, let's just have you make an intelligence roll, real quick. Straight up intelligence modifier.
$12.
You do not know that.
From when we played together, she got the same.
Yeah.
She got the max 3 times in a row. I wouldn't
Yeah,
figure it
she is a professional.
Something.
Yeah, something. she's a professional working woman. No, sorry, but yeah, she is a pro, and you would not be able to tell from that.
And I did say I had the look of the gods.
The look of the
Which
You were
is
you were
annoying.
so annoyed by that you didn't see the what might have been there.
That's fair. All right. I mean, yeah, we just gotta go somewhere.
Well,
Around like the dark one, I have a cantrip that's elapsing power. There's just like right like where you want it, and like there's like you can still see down it.
very dangerous things also like to go in the dark as well.
Would I know that the spiders like the dark or the light, or do they have any preferred?
Spiders, you feel more so like dark.
I really don't want to see those spiders again.
Agreed.
Yeah, you guys do know enough about spiders. I say, yeah, spiders like dark. Again, you guys, I feel, do know, that things in the areas that are lit up by not fungus or moss, just an energy. Real quick, I want everyone to make a Arcana check. That'd be
17.
Ooh, nice.
10.
18.
18.
13.
13. All right. Zash being a Genasi, as well as Jax being a paladin for religious and magical efforts, do know a good bit about this from what they've learned, from what they were interested in with magic, and they know that there are faults, ley lines of magic running throughout the entire world, but when you get down to the underground, sometimes they're more prominent, being so much closer to them, or maybe sometimes even at the source of the magical energy. These are known as phase rests. Faezress, which let off these magical glows that tend to not only just illuminate the path a bit more, but also maybe sometimes affect some spells in some ways, or put a little bit of wild magic in at times, and things like that. The source aside from the ley lines themselves. You don't know where the ley lines come from. The mysterious arcane power is still mostly unknown for this point because, well, again, most of the creatures closest to it aren't necessarily advanced or magic spellcasting creatures that are really extremely prominent with it, and the ability to study it in the way that might need to be. Let's just, you guys would also know, though, that legend claims that the ancient elven magic dating back to a time when the dark elves were first exiled from the world above. And that is what some myths say the phase rest comes from, and the ley lines, which are more prominent underground.
And which path has the magic in it?
The one down to the right.
Okay. So Zash just lights his hair, or lights his head, and starts walking towards the magic tunnel.
Okay.
Says, "You guys know me. Come on, just follow the light."
It's the magic
We're not
tunnel.
gonna figure anything out. Just hanging out here.
Well,
Let's go down the magic tunnel.
I want to try and kind of go more towards the front so I can check for traps.
Being cautious of weaving through the group as they advance forward, Mira slowly makes her way forward, keeping her hands up in the air, trying to slide through some of the members, and you guys slowly make your way down to the right side of the tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, Zash starts to fall back towards the center because of light, but
Yeah.
it's the power play more than anything.
Alright. You guys continue to walk down for a bit, and you do see, as the cavern begins to open up, there aren't necessarily any glowing fungus or mushrooms or reasons for this light other than just the walls seeming to glow themselves. Brandon, this is the first time you've really been able to see all around you without, not only without the assistance of Zash's hair, but that light, it just gets completely overshadowed pretty much. It's not like a bright light in this tunnel, but the glowing aura of yellow and red light that comes from his head just disappears into the blue-green glow around you. You guys continue to move on for a bit, where you guys come to a T intersection. And Stool, feeling a bit more confident now, and still only Zash, Mira, Sereth, Topsy, and Turvy can hear this. Oh, and Delilah, I believe. I'm not... Yeah, okay. Still them being the only ones who say this, or hear this, Stool goes, "I'm pretty confident that now we keep going straight." And he just doesn't stop. He continues to walk forward. Do you guys still follow him?
Yeah, I'll follow. I'll just keep an eye out for anything sketchy.
You keep an eye out for anything as you pass by the corridors to the sides of you. Everyone else continues to follow?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, as you guys do, you guys hear behind you like a little whoa, and you turn around, and in this glowing area you just see this big shaking gelatinous cube just sort of flowing around. And as you guys look a little bit closer, there's a shape inside of this gelatinous cube. And the shape actually inside of it is none other than Eldith Feldrun, your old friend. And you look, and there you see Zash's favorite, Jimjar, as well as Nathara, standing there off to the right-hand side. Hello, Rebecca.
Hello.
You've been there the whole time and you wouldn't have even known until you identified yourself. Twins.
I let her know, like, hopefully that was good timing. I said, like, you're up in about 5 minutes, too, but there you see bloom, bloom, this gelatinous shaking as Sereth steps forward and goes, well, where exactly have you all been? Mira comes up to the front a bit, still avoiding everyone, still avoiding being touched. Well, where have you all been? Wait. This isn't all of you, is it? No, you had that angry little guy, didn't you?
Nathara looks down really depressed and then kind of looks at Jimjar for a second and then looks back up at him and says, we had an incident.
We think he's gone. What do you mean, gone? Well, we know he's not with us, but also, you know, the other definition of the word. He might be dead. Well, to be honest with you, I'm surprised not more of you are dead. Hey, that's not very nice to say. We did just lose him, and he might still be out there. You never know. It all happened so fast, though.
So much water.
Yeah. Lots of water. And these weird, ugly, black things that were like pudding. They were like pudding. They were moving pudding. And they just came up and tried to absorb you. Much like this guy here, but he's good. Well, not good. He's pretty annoying. But he's pretty good. That's Glabagool for everyone who doesn't know. And that one inside of... You can come out now, Eldith. That one inside of him is Eldith, for any of you who don't know. But I'm pretty sure that all you know. Although, who's that one person that knew? As he looks up at the Hemeth, who's just standing there. I'm Hemeth. I'm just traveling with them for now. Okay, he says. Well, that's
Wait,
Eldith.
Eldith's inside like a blob?
Yeah, she's inside this cube thing, which is just like, it looks like a big square of green jello, and she's slowly crawling her way out of it, but it's like shaking continuously as she does it.
Cool.
Speaking of our dear Dwarven friend, we might need a cleric to look over her. She's not feeling very well.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit worse for wear too as well, Toots.
I mean, of course. I'm gonna do anything that I can help.
Who gets first? I mean, I know Lay's first, but I'm just dying.
No big loss there. Zesh says under his breath.
Huh.
I'll take a look at Jim Jar, since how I also have healing spells, you know.
Well, thank you. Very much obliged. The two of you go ahead and inspect. Jinjar, as you look him over, there are so many cuts, scrapes, and a lot of what seem to be skin burned away, skin boiling injuries. He actually is just hanging on by threads.
Alright.
2 to be exact.
You have higher than me.
I'll take Jim Jar.
Wait, which one's worse?
Jimjar.
Jim Jar is? Okay,
Oh, I thought Eldith was.
let's switch.
Eldith was not great, but she did get some of the stuff back. at one point.
Oh yeah, and she's probably more psychologically damaged than physically damaged, though.
Yeah. Oh well, she was unconscious too.
That's
Yeah.
why I was like,
Yeah,
take
but
care of her first.
I forget what happened when they rested though. Was the thing.
I don't know if we actually had a rest in between.
No, she's at 1 then. Never mind. Yeah, Eldith is slightly worse. Slightly.
Okay.
So there we go. We had it right the
They're,
first
they're
time.
only mostly dead.
Yeah, you look at Eldith, very
There's a big
similar.
difference.
Her usually flush, very red and rosy cheeked, dwarvish texture and composure is sizzled, burnt. Hair has fallen out at some points on her head because of just the complete burning away of the skin and the follicles. She looks bad. So as you were like going, ooh, he looks bad over there, you look in front of you and you're like, ah, a little bit. You're also bad. Like,
Alright, so I'm gonna go to Eldon and I'm gonna use Cure Wounds.
okay. How much does that heal?
It's a 2d8 plus 1.
Nice.
So it's gonna be 9.
9. All right. She looks a good bit better. She's now at 10. And luckily, what you healed her skin goes back to a normal complexion. But yeah, she does still have a good bit of rashes, bleeding, just lots of painful looking sores and scars. And what can you do for Gym Jar?
I'm gonna do 10 out of my 15 points for my lay on hands,
Okay.
and then also cast Cure Wounds, but at first level, so it's 1d8 plus 2,
Okay.
which I rolled an 8 plus 2, so 10, so 20 points.
20 points. Good. He's looking a good bit better. Still not up to full, but a good bit better.
Alright, and then I'm also gonna use Healing Word on Eldon.
Okay.
But
What would you like to
Wounds better.
say? Well, Eldith, I don't think she has very much to go.
Oh, okay.
Eldith doesn't have a lot of health to begin with.
okay.
I will just mention that.
Well, either way, they both expend a spell slot, so
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Alright, actually, I'm just gonna use Cure Wounds again.
Oh, okay.
But the first level.
First level, 1d8 plus 1.
Yep. So it's gonna be 8.
8. Alright, she is back up to full. And with that final spell, there's a glow that comes back to her as she once again turns into that rosy-cheeked dwarf with a pretty complexion but a shy expression. Once again, returned back to you. Whew. I gotta say, we had the dickens scared out of us then. We almost died a lot, but it's good to be back with some people who know what they're doing.
Sure we do.
What vote of confidence?
We just killed the incompetent ones, and he stares at Jim Jar.
Oh, trust me, he's not incompetent.
Thank you.
Though he doesn't like to be wrong about directions.
Well, was I ever?
I don't know, where are we?
We're on our way to Blingdenstone, of course. Sereth goes, actually, we're on our way to Neverlight Grove. Ah! We might make a detour.
I'm still expecting that 20 gold, by the way.
Oh yeah! And I look at Jimjar.
Yeah.
You got your money pouch back, right?
Might as well square up now. Oh, sorry, Globble Fool. Didn't mean anything by that. So he
Yeah,
walks
you
over.
owed me 15 gold.
It was 10. I know that much.
I'm not gonna even try this. Yeah, it was 10.
Yeah. You can try and make a deception.
Sure, I'll try.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
Let's
my
leave it.
specialty.
But he
13.
13. 5.
Oof.
So after he says that, he's like, no, it was 15. Do you want to go back on your word? Trying to deceive him, sticking to your deception. No, Jimjar never breaks his word. 15 gold for you, and 20 gold for you. As he gives out the pieces of gold.
To be fair, I stopped counting a little while ago during our trip, so 20 gold is fine.
Yep. Alright, here we go. He wants to get the party moving now. He wants to quite literally leave the money that he had to spend in the dust. He wants to leave that memory of having to pay up lost wages behind him. And you guys once again continue on the journey. Oh boy.
This time we're gonna go in the direction that they didn't come from.
Yeah, they came from your right. You guys were heading straight.
How much time has it passed since our little adventure?
Oh, how many days?
Days, hours. I just need to know if my clothes are dry or not.
Yeah, I'd say that they were dry. That's why they didn't... Okay. You know what? I hate to do this. But yeah, Brandon and Delilah, you can both take back one of the spell slots of your choice.
Okay.
Because... No, now that I think about it, they have had long rests. They have regained more than they had lost at the end of the last one. Because it's been like 3 days. So after 3-hour rest, yeah. I knew that there was something too, because... Sorry, I forgot about that. I mentioned it very quickly at the end of the last one. Because I knew that you would be running into them again. And I wanted to get that done quickly. But...
Okay.
I'm so mesmerized by Zashmar's hand right now. just
Just going in as I go.
Stop it.
Whoa.
I'm being what's his name because
Shushar. Making up for lost companions.
Yeah, we don't know where he went.
Stop vulturing the party.
move the party.
Alright, so they are back up to full, both of them. And everyone's ready to go. Jimjar paid his wages. You guys continue on? Question mark? Alright.
Yes.
As you guys do continue on too, let me see. It's interesting. You guys are walking along the path, still glowing by the phase rest, and everyone can see well enough, but there's one point where Glabagool gets quite a bit close to Sereth, and Sereth ends up almost tripping over Glabagool. And his more calm, elvish expression. Even though he is a dark elf, it is mostly elvish. He sort of blows up more than you guys have really seen, and it reminds you a good bit of last night, Zash. He goes, "Watch where you're going, you bloody gelatinous cube! God, you're worthless!" And he goes into this rant a little bit as he continues on walking, explaining how he has the drow usually take these kinds of creatures as prisoner, and he thinks that he's pointless and he's scum even for Underdark creatures, which he's seeing more and more scum nowadays because of his own reasons, and he just gets angry and goes on this rant for a good bit as you guys keep on walking. He is being rather loud, and as he continues to yell and exert some expressions and calm down at bits, and then once again go into saying some rude comments, you guys can hear echoes and things like that throughout the tunnels, and it worries you guys a bit.
I would calm down if I were you. You don't want to know what we found in one of his compatriots.
I kind of do, actually.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm talking to the very rude one.
Doesn't mean you can't say.
Whatever it is, it doesn't make him any more useful as a creature down here.
I disagree.
Let's be, as you guys do this, and Nathara, knowing Glabagul probably the most, he's just looking up at him. He's not really thinking anything, saying anything. He's not saying anything to you. Yeah.
What do we need this thing for?
Shoot.
Can I keep an eye out for anything, because I'm paranoid he might have attracted something?
Yeah, you certainly can.
I also hear a lot of dice being rolled.
Yeah. You also might. Alright. It is, sort of, for the most part, future rules and stuff like that, but...
Do you want to say what you need that thing for?
What I need that thing for?
The blob. I asked a question.
Oh, the blob. What did you ask? Sorry.
What do we need that thing for?
Oh, the blob. You were speaking about the blob. Got you. Yeah, no, the blob doesn't answer.
I was asking Nathara.
Ah.
Oh, she's not gonna answer. You're an asshole.
I think we should just get rid of a lot of them and just go on our way, says Sereth.
I don't think we should go that hasty.
Well.
Nathara just looks at Glabagul and then looks at the very rude one's ankles and just kind of smiles.
He sees this. He looks at you a bit, looks back. I can tell, though, it's just getting too crowded down here.
I don't disagree with you there.
Can I, well, I'm still keeping an eye out, but can I hang back with, what was the male dwarf's name?
Hemlin.
Hemlin. I'm just gonna hang back near him.
Hemeth.
Hemeth, yeah.
There we go. Alright. So that if you infect anyone, it's just the new guy that you don't really care that much about. Gotcha.
Oh, well, I was gonna ask him about his business.
Ah. No, I know, I was messing with you, don't worry. Yeah, the group continues to walk. Do you say anything to him?
So, Hemlin,
Yes.
you mentioned you were a merchant. What type?
I am. Do you mind if I ask what exactly happened to your, what's wrong with you? As he looks and sees you just have sores, blisters all over you. You look really, you look like you're on your last leg of the Black Plague in medieval times right now.
You look like a leper.
Yep.
Probably.
With parts just falling off of you.
You know what? I was cursed.
You were cursed? Was it an object? I have had some objects come into my possession that have been cursed, and I've luckily been able to get rid of them occasionally, but what on earth gave you this? He says.
Well, I don't know the origin, per se. I know I took something, and it happened as an effect of that. But I don't think it was necessarily attached to the object, whereas it was by removing, it was triggered.
Ah, yes. I've only ever had dealings with objects where the curse is passed on by giving it to another creature. But it might sound like what you're talking about is a bit more... It affects those who desecrate the object or where it came from, which might not be a great thing.
I don't know. It's kind of helped me out.
Well, all power to you and your complexion. Yes. He continues to walk.
But you never answered my question. What type of items do you sell?
You know, just trinkets and small baubles and things of the sort.
Insight check.
All right. Go ahead and actually
14.
Yeah, he does not appear to be telling you the truth.
I kind of get a little bit closer.
Because
Because I didn't tell him what this curse is.
I would hope that you would still keep your distance, even though I respect your face, and choose to have that. Are his shoulders and neck well clothed? Like, does he have like something that covers that area? Yeah, in fact, that's a good question, because his shoulders, his arms don't have anything on them, really. He has, like, a little thing that goes up his hand to about a quarter of his forearm, and then it stops, and then his arms are unprotected, but at his shoulders, he has, like, spiked shoulder blades, which are... His neck is sort of completely hidden by these thick shoulder blades mixed in with his bushy white beard. So then it's just the top of his bald head poking out as the beard loops around the back of his head, but nothing on top.
I'm just gonna place my hand on the shoulder pad.
As he moves his arm like quickly out of the way, says, "I don't want what it is that you have." Goodness.
And I don't like someone fucking lying to me.
I don't know who I can trust down here. How do I know that you're trustworthy? But fine. I sell arms and weapons and things of that sort.
Anything magic?
It's mostly above board. There are one or two items that I used to have, but now all that's left is going to be what's at my shop, which I don't even know whether or not they kept that intact, but...
Really? Where's your shop?
In Gracklestew.
Alright. Well, I appreciate you being honest with me.
But
I let my hand go over
you
shoulder.
don't give me much of a choice, you devil. As he continues to walk. But this
you
time
say
at a faster
devil?
pace. Yeah.
I kick him as he goes.
What in the heavens? Continues, but he's he's walking at a faster pace than you now, and slowly catching up with the rest of the group as he says devil and walks away, and then you kick him, and yeah. I want everyone to make a dexterity check. Dexterity saving throw.
Nice.
19. No, it was a 9. I saw it. It was a 9.
I couldn't see it from here.
21.
It looked like a 6 when I picked it up.
21, 19, 13. 13 was Courtney?
Yeah.
12.
Okay.
Nathar is 12.
Nathar is 12.
No, it's not 12, it's 13.
Oh. I can't
4 plus
count.
9 is 13.
I can't.
Jack's got a 2.
Oh no!
Wow.
Curse these dragon feet.
Basically.
Okay. As you do this. So let's see. Also, that's 13. Topsy-turvy. Ooh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Sereth. Nice. Stool. Oh!
Ooh.
Grackle... No, not... What's his name? Glabagool. I was gonna say Grackle Stool. The new guy, Hemeth. 2. Okay. Okay. And Eldith. And Jimjar. Eldith. Jimjar. Cool. Okay, I think that's about everyone then. So, Turvy. Nope. Turvy. Stool. Hemeth succeeded, but Glabagool failed, right?
I can't remember.
I think that's it. Alright.
I also failed.
Yeah.
It's a lot of D6s.
Eh. Just 3, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright. So, as you guys continue to walk along, you hear this echoing loud hitting noise. As all of a sudden this big rock fall comes down along the side of the cavern where you guys were walking. Much of the party is able to get out of the way, fortunately enough, but as it comes running down, careening down the side, 5 people are hit and take 8 points of damage. This is down to 8.
Don't waste them on me yet.
How much does Stool take?
I still have 21 hit points.
Okay. 8 points of damage. Oh, nope. Okay. But you guys also see something else. In this very illuminated area. This very, very, green and, again, blue, rocked area. I don't think, first off, anyone is trapped by these. Stool. Let's see his health, though. Because it depends on your health of this. Oh. Yeah, Stool gets knocked out from the rocks falling down, leading the group. He didn't see it coming as one comes careening down the side, and he is trapped underneath a good bit of these rocks as you just hear Stool as he gets covered by rocks and rocks, and still, like, his arm is out, and he's, like, grasping at the ground trying to crawl out, but he cannot get out from the rocks himself. Let's see. Turvy, Eldith. I don't need to keep track of that, but this guy I will. So you guys, see that, but at the same time, out of the green and blue walls, you guys see just like this blackness coming through the cracks in the walls, as just this black form of a liquid pops out of the wall and slides slowly down the side of it and takes shape in front of you. A very familiar sight to Nathara, Jimjar, Eldith, and Glabagool. You guys see a creature, a monster, sitting there in front of you. And then slowly,
Son of a bitch.
another one's coming out behind it as well. And I want everyone to roll initiative.
The Thora got 13.
15.
13,
Oh, you have
15.
plus
So
2.
15.
16.
I also have
Oh,
a 15.
Nathara's 13.
No,
15.
she's 15. She forgot to add her bonus.
This entire
13.
time I have not added my initiative bonus.
Jax once again.
16.
16. Zash,
15.
15. And Mira,
15.
15. And Delilah.
19.
Very nice, guys.
We're going to have a three-way roll-off.
Well, what's your dex bonus? Because we both
Plus
have.
2.
Oh, plus 2 and plus 2. Okay.
Yeah, it's just I'll since they're exactly the same, if it's all right, I'm just gonna say ladies first. We're gonna have, and then
Lady.
yeah.
I refuse to share any more with her than I have to.
I know the struggle.
Come on. Oh shoot. There we go. Okay. I need to make some rolls as well. Oh, nope, that almost fell. I apologize about this, guys. In fact, you know what? Just to keep things going on the stream a bit, I am going to turn up the halftime music again, so that's not... There we go.
Sounds like you could use a hand.
Yep, I could. Can someone roll for me? All not all the NPCs, but let's see. I have Eldith, Jimjar, Turvy, and Stool. They're at that much. Okay. Okay.
There's 3 of them.
Well,
Oh
you'll see. Who else do I need? Stool, who's currently unconscious. Oh, I have not rolled their things yet. I just did that. So you're 5th. Let's see, Jimjar, Eldith, Prince Darendil. That's what I'm forgetting. Topsy. Okay, I think that's everyone. Oh, no, Hemeth. Okay. So you guys see the creature starting to roll out. You guys saw Stool getting buried below this thing as he, in his last moments, he was trying to claw out but becomes unconscious by these rocks. Stool is covered just by a pile of them. And it starts out with Delilah.
Yes.
Use the cool cleric spell.
That's all.
First off, I'm gonna do the guiding bolt.
You're gonna do a guiding bolt. Alright.
I'm not within like 5 feet of them, right? Like how far away am I?
You see one popping out, and you are... Yeah, you're not within 5 feet. In fact, the exact marching order was about that. We're going to say that the other lines were about there. And the rocks all fell down. Oh, no, wrong one. Here. I'd say that from the nearest one, you're about 5, 10, 15 feet away as he's slowly coming out.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna use my guiding bolt.
Your guiding bolt?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's a 46.
Do you roll to attack? Or is it a spell or...
Oh shoot, yeah. Forgot about that.
No worries.
So I got 15.
15. Alright. 15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. One? 5?
6, 10.
Ah.
14.
14.
Nice.
Nice. You hit this sort of globular black ooze as it retracts a good bit at the point where the bright light shot out of your hands, flying towards it, and it sort of glows in the an explosion around the black liquid, which sort of again just like shrivels under its light, but it is still very, very ready to attack afterwards, and still continues to sort of creep along the bottom of the ground. Next up is Jax.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys did
Okay.
awesome initiative, and everyone else was, yeah.
First thing I do is cast Hunter's Mark on this dude.
Hunter's Mark. Done. In fact, since he is... Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do... go on. Though, sorry.
Okay. I can get right up to him, right, or no?
Yeah. Yeah, you can get up close to him.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'm
no,
just gonna
sorry.
swing at him with my greatsword. It's pretty much all I can do.
Okay. Real quick, what kind of damage is it?
With my greatsword?
Yeah.
Slashing.
Slashing damage. Alright. Go ahead and roll that attack.
Pretty sure that says 18 plus 5. So 23.
23. Interesting. As you swing down for it, you come up and attack.
No.
Huh?
Nothing, continue.
You come up and attack, and as you swing for it with your greatsword, with both hands, you slash it, and it goes... It doesn't add nearly as much resistance as you would think. When suddenly, it splits into two separate pieces.
Cool.
What are you
Sweet.
doing to us?
Both about the half
like it.
size of the original creature, but actually, in fact, I think you only still have the Hunter's Mark on the one creature, and there are now two of them. Yes.
Okay. Did it do damage?
It does not look like it hurt it.
Can I still roll my Hunter's Mark? Because I can do bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Yes, you can.
I don't know how to determine, like, the specifics. Is it continue just because mine was slashing, so this has to be slashing?
I don't think so. You can. I would say that you can make it piercing.
Okay. 5.
5 points of piercing damage. Successfully hit it as the creature still retracting into its own form. Lets out a little bit of but continues to advance as well. Next up is that the end of your turn, I should say?
Yep.
Alright. Next up after Jax is Mira.
How far away am I from the closest hand?
You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 feet away.
50 feet?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my short bow and try and hit it.
Okay.
That's a 12 to hit.
12 hits.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll
and-
damage.
Hold on, let me roll. Let me look. I got a new thing. I got assassinate.
Assassinate.
Oh, I get advantage on that because I have assassinate because I have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken its turn in combat yet.
Okay.
But it's not surprised this next part doesn't count. So let me see if I can roll 20.
Yep.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
So the 12 still stands.
All right.
And is it within 5 feet of Jax or no?
It is within 5 feet of Jax, yes.
Alright, so I get sneak attack on that.
Yes, you do.
So let's see. My short bow does 1d6 plus 2. I'm just gonna roll my d6 at once. Okay. 15 total.
15 total damage to which one? The one nearest you?
Yeah, the one that does not have Hunter's Mark.
Okay. Very, very nice. You watch as it sinks into and gets absorbed by the creature's form. It begins to writhe around a good bit and shaking, and as the arrow lets out ripples along its form, and it does a good bit of damage there. Very well done.
I am. Let's see, I still have a bonus in movement. Is there anywhere to hide? Like, anywhere?
No. There, you might be able to get around to the side of the rocks. Maybe they're sticking out and have fallen. Yeah, there's about 5 feet there.
Okay, I'm gonna use my movement to go up to some of the rock slide, and I'm gonna attempt to hide.
All right. Yeah, you successfully do with because that's a bonus action for you, right?
Yeah, and I have to roll successful stealth, but my stealth is 17 plus 4, so I got a 21.
Oh yeah. Way past their passive. All right. Next up then is Zash.
All right. If I wanted to do Burning Hands, which is a 15-foot cone, can I just get these two in the front?
Yeah, I'd say that you
Like, are
could.
these even in our radar?
They're not. No, they're still making their way through the form, but it wouldn't do any damage to them really. But you can get the two straight ahead of you.
Okay, I might hold off then.
Okay.
Well, I guess, I mean, it's kind of metagaming to say there's other characters there that I should wait on.
That would be a little.
Yeah. Alright, he's just gonna go up and Burning Hands these fools, because I haven't been able to use it yet.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
It is a dexterity saving throw
Ah,
for each one.
uh, 12.
Nope.
And yeah, no, that one definitely does not make it. So they both fail.
It's
Go ahead and
13.
Full amount of damage. 13 damage?
No, I'm saying it's the saving
Ah,
throw.
gotcha.
13.
Gotcha.
3d6, yeah. Oh, wow. 14.
14. Nice.
That was one off of max. No, sorry, that's not one off max, because it's d6, it's not d5s. I don't think a d5 is a thing. Nope.
So as you do it, the two of them just get lit up with this huge flame that shoots out in the cone, and this they both are pushed up against the back of the rocks as they can let out this sizzling noise too, along with the regular burning. They are looking worse for wear, and once you're done with it, some of them have a few spots of them that are still like torched and on fire, not necessarily still burning, but like continuing to smolder. Like, yeah.
He nudges Jax and says, "Burning hands."
Next up is gonna be Eldith. Eldith is Eldith's gonna try and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She can just get to the edge of the rocks, and she's gonna try her best to clear away some of the rocks. Being a dwarf, she should have pretty strong strength. Do. There's Eldith's character. Her strength is no. Oh, natural 20 though. Holy shit! Thank God for that. Oh my God, I didn't even see it. Okay. She successfully unburies Stool from the rocks, but he is still unconscious, and she's able to pull him out of the way of the rocks, but they are still both over there in that corner. Next up, then, after Eldith, is going to be this guy, who starts seeping through there. Yeah, this was just to let you guys know that there were more, but there's not just 3. He continues to seep through. It is his turn, so he's going to... Actually, that was like most of his movement. He has like another... He can get about there, I'll say. And that's it for his movement, because he made his way out. So he can't get within 5 feet of Zash, but that is where he will stay. Next up, that's it for the 15 initiatives.
You forgot Nathara.
Did I? No, she's 13.
No, she was 15. She forgot
was
to add her
15?
+2.
Oh, gotcha. All I heard was
We
13.
said it like 3
My
times.
bad. Sorry, I was also focusing on every single character. And
Too
there's
many NPCs.
There's 5, 10, 11.
The only
There are
solution is
19
to kill
characters
Ginger.
right now. There are 19 characters right now. So Nathara, what would you like to do?
Well, since the only spell that I have useful would probably hurt more of my compatriots and the enemy. Oh, which one's closest to me? Not very.
Yeah, the one that just popped out more so. But you have
I'll try.
Hemeth.
Well, you could cast half of it into the wall, though. I'd have to move for that, though.
You would have to move anyway, because you have Hemeth and Delilah in your way, though. So if it's like a straight shot kind of thing.
I mean, technically, can I use your wing to move?
I mean, hypothetically, if a spell also
I
hit the
can.
wall, would that affect
didn't know
anything
that.
inside the wall?
No.
Okay.
I mean, for the most part, it depends on the spell,
Mm-hmm.
but most things cannot pass through solids. Like, even light cannot pass through walls. Obviously, blunt force hits cannot pass through the walls because you just chip away at the wall itself. You might shake it a bit, but it wouldn't do any damage to the creatures.
How
Fire
far
would
away
not.
is the nearest creature from me, though?
If you were to move around the people in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet, you'll be within melee range.
Okay. I guess I'll just stay put.
Okay. Do you want to move at least so that you're like in the range of or in the ability to do something ranged later on? So either
No, I'll just
to this
stand
side
behind the people.
Okay.
My meat shield.
Using your new friend
There's
Hemeth as
literally
a
not much that I can do in
Yeah.
combat right now.
Yeah, I know. They were pretty brutal with you in the past. So
That and the only spell that I have, I'd probably take out more people on my side than on the opposing.
In my defense, I rarely get that close. It was just to use Burning Hands for the first time ever.
Oh no, it's within 15 feet, a 15-foot cube for the spell I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Next up then is all the 10s. There's nothing lighter than that. Or I mean, no more points than that. It seems like, yeah, it's just 10s. So next up then is Jimjar. Jimjar, is gonna... What would Jimjar like to do? Yeah, Jimjar is gonna come up for... Well, where was he? He was here? Who? The only one is that one. Ah, Jimjar can do that. Cool. Jimjar's gonna move 10 feet there. He's gonna aim at the guy which has Hunter's Mark on him. And he has sneak attack because he is within 5 feet of an ally. So
Oh, we have another rogue. I'm so
he's
happy.
gonna... Not quite a rogue. In fact, nobody has really found out what Jimjar is yet.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, natural 1. It was so close to being 16. That is a natural 1, even with +4 to hit. Yeah, no, it goes very, very wide. It goes and hits on the stones up behind you guys. All of a sudden, you guys hear rocks almost begin to tremble again, but then a slowly subsiding noise as no more rocks fall down. But they were close. That is it for Jimjar's turn, it looks like. Next up are these guys. This one's turn. He is going to move up to Jax. Oh boy. See, this is just where it can be not so good. He's gonna make his attack. First one, 12, 17.
My AC is 17, so.
So it just hits. He does 8 points bludgeoning damage plus
Jesus, dude.
12 points of acid damage.
Ooh, halved. I have resistant, or whatever it's called.
Nice.
Acid for being Black Dragonborn.
Nice. Very, very good.
Yeah.
This one is going to come up and make an attack against Zash. Ooh. 5?
No.
Sorry, 9, I mean? Still, I'm like
Still
thinking.
no.
Yeah, still no. Cool.
How weak?
So,
Not that weak.
yeah. That was a weak one. So he fails on his attack swing as the one comes up and attacks Jacket. Sora tries to, not necessarily encompass, but tries to slash at him and get around him as much as possible, trying to deal its natural acid damage to him. But all of that is halved off, and the other one comes up attacking at Zash, and Zash is able to dodge quickly out of the way as you hear as the roll of fire flames roll off his head as he quickly moves the source of the flame. Very, very nicely done. Next up after that is... This guy. Actually, he was supposed to go sooner. He is also going to move through the difficult terrain. He gets about there. He is gonna end his turn there. Yeah. Because he can't move any more in that movement. Next up, 9 for Turvy. Turvy is gonna change into were-rat form. then move about there behind using Jax as cover. Next up is Prince Darendel, who's going to come up and do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He can get within melee range of that small guy. Prince Darendel is going to try his attack. He has no idea about how slashing damage does not affect these guys. But who knows if it's slashing damage? I need to double check that. Might be piercing. Nonetheless, he has no idea of what already happened, so he would not know. He's going to come up, do a double melee attack. Yup. First attack. Oh, 9 does... Actually, hold up. Yeah, that's what I thought. 9 hits. So he slashes at this thing, which this guy, to be fair, was, who was it? 43. So he slashes at you. And they get chopped into smaller pieces. He's a bit confused by this, but, 15. There we go. Oh my gosh, I should really start numbering these. He's gonna make another slash attack. For 16. Yeah, that hits against the same guy. And you are now there. Alright. Next up, after Prince Darendel, is, my goodness, Stool, actually, who needs to make a death saving throw. Justin, can you do me a favor and roll a d20 for me, just to make things a little bit easier?
Eight.
Alright. Would you mind keeping track of that he failed 1?
Okay.
Thank you. Alright, after that, is Sereth. No. Yes, Sereth. Sereth is going to... What would he like to do? Oh, he does have Fairy Fire. Yeah. Sereth is going to see if he can cast Fairy Fire. And you know what? He can. He can get mostly just the things, but he might get Prince Darendel. So he's going to move over this way.
Hit him while he's down.
And try and cast that. Yeah. Oh, it's a 20-foot cube, so... I hate to say it, when he tries to get all of them, it also gets a little bit of Jax. But you get to make a dex saving throw. So everyone make a dex saving throw. Would you mind, Justin, rolling a dex saving for Prince Darendil? +0.
10.
10. Nice.
Also 10.
And garbage rolls now.
Also 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Now for these guys. First off, for the first black pudding, 9. Good. Although Dex is -3, I believe. Yeah. Next up is 1.1, which is also 9. Next up, 11 fails. Next up, 3 fails. Next up, 4. Next up, 7. And lastly, 16 -3 is 13. That succeeds. Alright. So this guy was able to dodge out of the way of that. He moved right up there. And everyone else is lit up with fairy fire. So, I'm just going to make a... Next up is, after Sereth, Hemeth. Hemeth. What would he like to do? For right now, he's gonna stay. He's gonna do exactly what Nathara did. He's just gonna chill out there, try and stay back, and not cause too much of a ruckus himself. After him, it is this guy who comes in from there. Who is, yep, that. He gets in about there, and that is it for his turn. And lastly is this guy who moves in over here, and that is his turn. Now, finally, top of the initiative, we are back to Delilah.
So, I'm gonna use Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame, nice.
Yeah. I hear who's close to
One more time, you're getting a bit quiet.
She was just asking who was close to her right now.
Ah, yes. Right now, yeah, the one nearest you is B5, who just came in.
Oh, okay. I'll take that one.
He's about 5 feet away. All right. Do you want to move up to him? He's like 7 feet away, so you have to move a couple of feet to get within melee range.
It's
Ranged,
so
right?
it's a range one.
So do you want to move back?
Yeah.
How far?
It's like 5 feet.
5 feet backward. All right. And go ahead and make an attack roll, or is it a saving roll for him?
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. All right. Good one. Choose 7.
So it's 11.
So it fails.
Yep. Very nice. All right. So how much damage does it take?
1. So it's gonna be 5.
5 points of damage. Every bit helps. Very nice. Would you like to do anything else?
No, I'm set.
All right. Next up then, after Delilah, is Jax.
Mm-hmm. Jax is looking pretty rough. Can't use my greatsword. Have no attack spells because I'm a freaking paladin. Alright, I put away my greatsword and I pull out my shield. So that
Okay.
way I can at least have higher AC.
All right.
And I want to start backing away,
How far?
like, as far as I can,
How do you mean?
towards the direction of Delilah.
Oh, okay. So, but out of their melee range.
Yeah.
There are two then that have.
Of course there is. And I was hit by fairy fire, so they have advantage on me.
Oh no.
So, Jax
Are you
is dead.
sure you want to move?
If I don't, they're gonna hit me, and I'm down on it. I guess I'll stay there, but I mean, either way, I'm gonna get dropped. So
This would be a great time to have a cleric.
All right. Yeah. That's... Yeah.
with my greatsword, could I stab
If
at
you
them
move,
and do
if you move back the
piercing?
other way, you only have one that has an attack of opportunity, because the other one you're moving into and out of the attack of opportunity area. So do you just want to move backwards away from Delilah and just between Turvy and... Oh shit, Topsy never went. Oh well. He had one, that's why. I see. Oh, and Stool did go, though. Okay. Topsy had one, also changed into Were Rat. That's all that happened. Ran up there, too.
Yeah, I guess I'll just back straight up, or
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Alright. Do us a favor. Well, let's see. What is your new AC?
19.
19, with advantage. 13 is the first roll. 18. 18 is the second. So this gel kind of tries to move up and quickly swat at you. But fortunately enough for you, you're able to move out of the way just quick enough with your shield holding up, and one of the swats with the other side of its sort of gelatinous form, as it swings you, dunk, push it back with the shield and are able to move back. Very nicely done.
Then my action, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Cure Wounds on yourself. Go ahead and roll that yourself. Add your health. I trust you. So next up will be Mira.
Nice.
Okay, how many of them are within melee range of my friends?
One at the
Is it-
moment.
This one?
Yeah.
And are any of these?
Well, yeah, sort of two are in melee range of Prince Darendel. And Sereth is yeah, I'd say that one is also within melee range of Sereth now. Or no, he's not, because he didn't attack on the last one. He's like 6 feet away.
Alright, I'm gonna hit B1.1.
All right. Where?
I'm gonna
is
hit with my
your
short bow.
player? You're hiding behind this big rock right here. You'll need to move out in order to.
Yeah, I'll move out because hiding's not gonna do me any good right now.
10 and 15 out this way, and you got a clear line of sight on it.
Alright, I'm gonna fire. I got a 21.
21 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage for us.
3d6. Plus 2. Alright, so I got 5, 7, 9 points of damage.
You hit it as it and it just falls out of its held liquid form, and it just pools into a puddle on the ground. It is dead. Very nicely done. Would you like to do anything else?
gonna try and go around this way and use my rest of my movement and my bonus action to dash to get somewhere in this
20,
area.
25, 30 gets you there. 5, 10,
35,
15, 20, 25, and 30
30.
for a dash.
I would want to get in so I would have a clear sight of them. Would I have that from here?
Everyone else is making it quite difficult for you.
Yeah, that's okay. I can move on my next turn.
All right. Yeah, Topsy and Turvy, they're sort of blocking a good bit up here. You have partial cover on B1, but you can still try and get that, yeah. All right. Next up is Nathara. Nathara. Nathara.
I guess I'll run over and I'll be proactive, damn it. I guess I'll run over and use my dagger to pierce
You can
whatever's
throw
closest to me. I don't want to throw it because that means I have to go get it.
Use your dagger to pierce whatever is closest to you. So this little guy right here by Sereth.
I guess so.
5, 10, 15, 20 gets you right up next to it. Go ahead and
What
roll
is it?
damage.
It's a 9.
Or roll attack, yeah.
I don't have any modifiers.
Yes, you do. You have +4.
Oh, that's what that does.
Yes, that's what that does. 13.
13 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, I tried mentioning that a little bit at our last session.
+2.
Yeah. It doesn't
So
help that
roll
I
it.
was super tired. And I'm super tired now, even after 2 cups of coffee.
Oh boy.
So 3 + 2, so that's 5.
5. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, is that it?
Can I step back a little bit?
It would have an attack of opportunity against you. Unless... Yes, it would. It would.
Never mind, I'll just stay where I am.
Okay.
Take my chances.
Alright. Next up then is Zash.
Alright, how accurate is this grid? Like, is it 2 feet squares, or how does that...
Each square is 5 foot.
Oh, this seems way bigger than I thought it was then. Alright.
The black ones are, because there's
Right.
already done grid on there, which I hate. But yeah. So the black lines stand for the 5 foot squares.
Okay, so these guys are all like 30 feet apart from each other? Or
What?
total?
Total? 5,
Like
10,
from side to side, it's like 30 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, 35.
Alright,
Well, with them, it's 30. No, 35, sorry.
yeah. Actually, I'll go ahead and do it this way. I want to use Shatter on these 3, because they should be in a 10-foot sphere.
Yeah. Yeah, I can say that. You got a
Because it's
nice
centered
sphere
on
thing
something,
that you can
so
do.
it's
Yep.
10 feet around
Exactly.
this.
Exactly.
So yeah. Cool. I can back up a little bit if I need to. I didn't think I was actually here because I wasn't in the fairy fire range.
You were in the fairy fire,
Oh, I didn't roll for it. You didn't ask me to roll for it.
didn't I?
No.
No, he asked everyone it was in that radius.
Oh,
to let that
maybe you
clear.
weren't. Maybe I just did the line too. Okay, that might be. I just
Yeah.
fricked
Well-
up my line a little bit. I meant.
Oh,
to...
okay. I mean, that's fine. But anyway, yeah, I'll use Shatter on those 3. And it is a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. All right. Let's see.
And if it's made of stone,
11?
crystal, or metal, it has disadvantage.
11.
Fail.
Okay. That was the big guy to the left. Now the guy with the hunter's mark. Ooh, 8 fails. And now the guy to the left. Or right, I mean. Oh, natural
crap.
20.
Alright. He gets it. So 2 take full, and 1 takes half.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
$13. Man, it's still
13
not
for
great.
full. Right, so B2 takes no, B3 takes full damage. B1 takes 13 damage. And B2 takes half damage, but since he got a natural 20, I'm going to round it down this time.
That's
Because I was thinking about not giving him, saying they got it, but no, that wouldn't be fair. So yeah, half damage rounded down is 7, so that is okay. Very nice. Anything else that you would like to do? You could move further if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back because nothing else I do needs to be that close. So I'll just go like 30.
Yeah.
30 feet.
20. That's like 20.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, after Zash is Eldith. What does she want to do? Eldith will probably try again to sort of just smash. Well, is she gonna? Well, I don't know. Yeah, she saved Stool. No, she's gonna try and carry him off. She's gonna try and carry Stool 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Use her bonus action to dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Or, I mean, her action. 30 right there around, what's his name? Blabagool. And that is it for Eldith. Next up. Who goes next? Before. Alright. Ah! It's really tiny now. That's right. Okay. He's gonna come up to Prince Darendel. He's going to try to make an attack against him. Yeah. +5 to hit. That is going to be, yeah, 20. 20 hits Prince Darendel. For 2 plus 3 is 5. And then where did they go? Right there. Some acid damage on top. Oof. So with a single swoop, this very, very smallified form of what it used to be, this little itty bitty now black liquid comes up and starts to just burn its way through Prince Darendel's luscious fur as it just squeezes down and sort of disappears into him. Prince Darendel lets out this terrified, pained screech as it burns right through his skin, doing so much pain to him. That is that thing's turn, though. Next up. See, this is the part that I hate, because now I gotta do all the NPCs. You guys are all clumped together for, like, the first time ever. It's, like, all of you exactly, and then everyone else. So. Next up is B41. Who is also gonna attack Prince Darendel. Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not dead.
Yeah. And then B42. So B41. Yeah, that hits with this. Oh, God. So that right there is 8 points of damage. Yep, with that, Prince Darendel falls unconscious. As he continues to let out his shrieks of pain, he just falls down to the side. And there's another guy. He's going to do the same. He has advantage on it because he's unconscious. So that would hit anyway. Oop. Yep, that does a lot. 5, 8, 22, and 8 is 30. That's not enough to kill him with a single one, but that does give him a automatic fail on a death saving throw. Would you mind marking that down as well, Justin?
Yep.
Prince Darendel, 1 death save fail. Next up, after all the B4s, is B1 and Eldith. Eldith did go. Sorry. Jimjar. B1 and Jimjar. So Jimjar gets to go first. What will Jimjar do? Jimjar, having seen that, is going to... Actually, he's seen that guy out a bit. Jimjar's going to aim for that guy. He's going to go up there, take aim at the guy that has Hunter Mark. He is going to... No, he is going to go for this one right over here. B41. Which, since he's within 5 feet of Prince Darendel, he has a sneak attack. So for the hit... Natural 1 again, Jimjar. What the fuck? Like, seriously. These guys have, like, a terrible, terrible armor class, yet Jimjar keeps on getting natural 1s. Alright, he's gonna move then 15 feet back because he failed so badly. As he tried to come out and attack it. No. Next up, then. God damn. B1 gets to go. B1 is going to move up to Topsy, and it's now Were-Rat form. It is going to make an attack against Topsy. With an armor class of 12. Good to know. It gets a +5 to hit. 19. Jesus Christ. It comes up, swings at Topsy. Topsy takes 5 points of bludgeoning and 17 points of acid damage. A total of 22 points of damage to Topsy, who is still up and moving, but not looking very good. Next up is anything with a 9. Prince Darendel's turn. Can you do me... Actually, I got it, Justin, but let's see. 8. Go ahead and mark another death save fail.
Wasn't that 3 then? Because you said for me to mark 1 earlier.
Yeah.
And then you said 1 death save fail, so I was confused.
Only 1 earlier.
Like earlier, so you told me to keep track.
No, that was for stool. But
That was stool originally.
is-
Oh.
Stool hasn't gone yet again.
I was keeping track of the number. Apparently, I was
Gotcha.
keeping track of who it was for.
Gotcha. Next up is... Yeah, Prince Durandal went. Turvey's turn. No, Topsy went unconscious. Turvey's gonna come at that thing with a vengeance. Turvey is going to do... two short sword attacks against it. Natural 20. Very good. Let's see the second one. Oh, it was almost a natural 20 again, but that does hit too. So Turvey comes up, seeing it attack Topsy. Turvey goes, "You do not hurt my brother." No, wait. Turvey says, "You do not hurt my sister." There we go. I had to double check that, yep. So the first slash is 5 damage. Wait, no, doubled. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8 points of piercing damage. Second one, with that, Turvey comes up slashing at this creature that tried to attack Topsy, and slashes multiple times at it, cutting off bits and pieces of it until one final slash right through the middle, and it just loses all corporeous form and completely falls into a liquid. That is it for that guy. Next up,
Slashing didn't do damage.
piercing.
Piercing.
That short sword is piercing damage. I just used slashing to designate how he effectively ended it, but it is still technically piercing. Next up, that guy's done. There's Turvey, Sereth. Yep, Sereth Kaseret. Oh no, B3, I keep on forgetting B3. B2, B3. B3 is also going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, and is also going to go for Topsy. Damn. Far larger form after seeing this. It's going to come up, make an attack against Topsy's where we're at form. For just hits. Just hits. Dealing 5 damage with that. Yeah, no. And 23 damage with that, taking 28 points of damage. Topsy falls unconscious.
Jeez.
Next up. Is now Sereth Kaseret. Sereth Kaseret just did Fairy Fire and then hid. So now he's going to take out his crossbow with the Drow Poison on it. He's going to move this way, seeing that he's going to also move back just a little bit so that he's not within range of these guys. He's going to make an attack against that guy with, I believe, let me double check how much bonus. Roll to hit with the crossbow. 14, yeah, that definitely hits. A d6 plus 2 piercing damage against B3. Hey, 7 piercing damage. And also, it needs to make a Constitution save. And it succeeds. Immensely. Alright. That is it for Sereth's turn. Now can you have me... Justin, can you make another check for Stool for me? Death saving throw.
8.
8 fails. That's 2 for Stool, 2 for... What's his name? Nobody's succeeding these.
Darendel.
Yeah, Prince Darendel. Alright. That is it for Stool. Next up is Hemeth. Hemeth, actually this time, seeing things go so strangely / poorly. He yeah. Hemeth is gonna step out from the shadow and go, well, this is starting to not look good. Enlarge. As he grows in size and stature, this little dwarf just becomes like this large, doubling dice damage on strength-based weapon creature. And yeah, is going to
I didn't know we had a Hulk.
He's going to come up to 20, that one there, I think. Yeah, that small guy there, B4.1, is going to attack. Yep, that definitely hits for 2d8. Nope. Come on. There we go. Which is 10 plus 2, dealing 12 damage to 4.1. Alright. That is it for him. We're almost back at the top. Next up is Topsy. Turvey's the one who fell unconscious. No, Topsy fell unconscious. So here we go. 2 death saving fails already on Topsy. Do us a favor. No, Topsy hasn't had any. Never mind. Do us a favor, Justin. Actually, I got it. But go ahead and mark as to whether or not Topsy fails or succeeds this. Topsy rolls an 11. Succeeds.
Yay!
Cool.
Still unconscious, though. Alright. Did we do Stool? Yeah, we did
Yeah,
Stool.
we did Stool.
Hemeth we did. Alright, that's everyone for their second turn. Jesus. Back up to Delilah. Hello, Delilah.
Hello.
Hey there, Delilah. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do the guiding bolt.
Guiding Bolt. Nice. I would like to point out, though, you are the cleric and we have 2 people about to die. Yeah. There. Alright. Guiding Bolt. Which one would you like to Guiding Bolt?
I'll change. Where are the 2 sitting?
Stool, who is unconscious, about to die, is over in the safety of with what's her name? Eldith, and the Prince Darendel, who is unconscious, is just beyond the gnome, which or the dwarf, which grew in size. He is unconscious and surrounded by enemies.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to stool.
Okay. Goodbye, Prince Darendel.
Well, I have to use a touch.
That is true. Gotcha. 5, 10.
But to be fair, if you stand
15,
behind them, you won't be in
20.
melee with them.
25, 30. Yeah, you can get to...
Have the chance of getting attacked though.
Without avoiding as much as I had to there, yeah, you can get... Actually, if you go this way, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, you get to Eldith, who is holding him right behind her, and yeah, you can touch Stool.
it is a 5.
5. With that, Stool heals 5 hit points. I am Stool. He slowly regains life. And is at 5 hit points. Alright.
Oh, plus once. So it's 6. I lied.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries. Very nice. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, excellent.
Alright. Next up then is Jax.
Okay. So I take out a javelin.
Yeah, that's what I was guessing.
Is there any that still are affected by the fairy fire or no?
Yeah. Pretty much most of them.
Okay.
These guys here. These guys. And this guy right here.
Okay.
But B3, B2, B4, B4.2, and B4.1. Oh my gosh, I haven't been doing advantage for half these NPCs. Jim Jar. Jim Jar is the one that I know failed that, because most of them get it anyway. Jim Jar failed. He should have had advantage. Let's just see. 10. 10 fucking hits. I apologize to do this now, guys. I just realized, and it completely went past my mind, because there are so many gosh darn NPCs and creatures. Alright. So Jim Jar, with his hand crossbow, with the poison, he does... actually, he had a bonus attack, too, because what's his name was by it. So, sneak attack. He gets 2d6 damage for that. Which one was the one they aimed at? It was B5, right?
I think.
I do too. Here's hoping. 6 and 2 is 8 for the sneak attack damage. He has the hand crossbow, so it's a D6. So that's 4 plus 8 is 12 piercing damage, and also the poison. So it needs to make a Constitution saving roll, which succeeds. Alright. But now we know that that is 12 points less. And now you can continue. I apologize about that, Brandon.
No, you're fine. I want to get within 30 feet of just the closest one to me that was affected, which I think you said was most of them, but...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you're within 30 feet of B3 already, which is the closest one to you.
Okay. Also, I use my bonus action to move Hunter's Mark to that one.
Alright. Did you roll your attack with the javelin?
Oh, not yet, sorry. Okay. 15 plus 5, so 20.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Six piercing from the javelin, and then I got to roll for... And then that's 2 damage with the Hunter's Mark.
A total of 8 points of damage. Alright. Nicely done. You throw the javelin at the one that's attacking the 2 twin deep gnomes. As the one who had fallen unconscious, Topsy's still Turvey's still screaming out at it. As Topsy's unconscious on the ground, you throw it. And once again, the creature retracts within itself, but continues to advance on them. Next up, we have Mira.
I'm gonna run up to the one with Hunter's Mark and try and hit it with my rapier.
Mira, you're going to run up, try and hit it with your rapier. 5,
Yep.
10, 15, 20, 25. Get right there next to Turvey. And go ahead and roll an attack.
14.
14 hits, roll damage.
And is it within 5 feet of Turvey?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 2d6 for sneak attack, and
Yep.
then a d8. Okay. 12.
12 total?
Yeah.
Alright. Would you like to do anything else?
It won't really help, but I will disengage and move back 5 feet.
Are you sure about that?
I use the bonus action to... What do you mean? Because it won't get an attack of opportunity if I disengage.
No. Okay.
I can't really do anything else. I don't have any healing.
You're not wrong. Alright. Disengage, move back 5 feet?
Yeah.
Alright. I mean, what I suggest, you might end up taking a bit of acid damage from it, but you could still try and infect it.
Oh! I forgot about that. Yeah, I would like to do that.
Well,
My bad.
I'll say on your next turn. I'll say
Alright.
probably on your next turn, because yeah. But next up then is Nathara.
I guess I'll attack the thingy that's in front of me.
Attack
Again.
the thingy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an attack for us.
18
That's
plus
22.
Oh.
4. 22.
Wait, did B5 ever go? No, B5 never went. Oops. Alright, he missed his turn. What is it? It hits.
Her D4 fell on the floor. It's gonna be a 2 plus 2, so it's a 4.
4.
4 damage. That helps. That helps. Alright. Next up. And he's starting to look a bit roughed up, like he's trying to hold his form, but it's a bit more difficult. Not as bad as some of them, but yeah. Next up is Zash.
Okay. There's still so many of them, and I used all my my group attacks. I guess I will an Eldritch Blast at B2.
I'll just blast at B2. Is that a dexterity save?
No, it's an attack.
Attack roll. Go ahead and roll that.
22, sorry.
22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Nine.
9.
Those always confuse me.
B2 is another one that never went. Fuck me. Alright. Its health is at a funny number. I'll just say that. Alright, next up.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I gotta go.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I know it's getting late now, in fact. You know what? This is the first time we've ever done this. Let's go ahead and continue this battle next week, actually.
Dun, dun,
'Cause,
dun.
yeah, it is taking a bit longer than I expected. You guys don't, because I rolled a bunch as to when you guys get, like, things really happening, and it seems like it's just going to be a lot of walking and talking the next time after anyway. So, that is where we're going to go ahead and end today's session. Thank you so much for watching and sticking along with us throughout the battle and the lesser quality map this week, but it's going to be a lot of sudden things that happen and not really being able to prepare for, because a lot of it's going to be the fate of the dice for the next couple of weeks. But we very much so appreciate you watching. We hope that you're having fun with it, as much fun as we are playing, and we hope to see you again soon. Again, we are here on Twitch every Monday night at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, every single week, bringing you new episodes of live Dungeons and Dragons gameplay in our own homebrew campaign in the world of Valkyrie. So thank you again for joining, and say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Have a good night.